Put MTV On, Season 3, Episode 42, where we watch A Game of Clones. I'm Chris Lorenz.
Noah Quavo Singer.
Robert Kitts.
Brian Houston.
And this is James.
Welcome, guys. Welcome back to MTV. It's been a bit. It's been like a week. it's we don't stray far from our network of choice, apparently.
Hey, when you watch this many MTV shows and all of the commercials are for other MTV shows, you just keep watching more MTV shows.
And
They just have so many that now they can like mix and match them, and then they create more reality TV. It's amazing. It's a perfect formula.
It feeds itself.
all right, so we got two announcements, guys. So one announcement is we're taking a hiatus for a couple weeks. We're all going to be away for the next 2 weeks, so you won't find anything on our feed. And then the second announcement is this is the end of Love Month, guys. This
Love
is
Month.
This is the last hurrah of Love Month.
It's not you. It's me. Love month.
We have
Perfect.
survived the month of love.
Yeah.
James, did you love Love Month?
I'm so glad Love Month is over. I can't wait to get into some other kind of theme month that's not just love shows constantly.
Yeah, I mean, somebody's mentioned another theme for next month. I'm like, we've done 2 theme months. Do we? Let us know what you think, audience.
I didn't know if we were going to try to go for 12 theme months this year, but we can put the themes on hold until inspiration strikes again.
We'll just see what happens. Just see how it rolls. We'll see what the first show in March we do is.
All right, James.
Yeah.
Or I guess
No, we
let's
gotta
go
do
over. Rob, give us a description of this show.
Game of Clones is the most radical dating experiment to ever hit television. In each episode, MTV stars will date 7 clones of their celebrity crush who may look the same but are totally different people. And when they look beyond those pretty identical faces, each dater will discover which of these famous doppelgangers melts their heart and which just makes their skin crawl. That's the amazing description of Game of Clones on MTV.
Touche.
It's definitely the most exciting dating game ever.
Most radical.
Most radical. That was the. Thank you. I was looking for that adjective. Radical.
I do have to say, as someone who had no idea what the show was about, I was pretty impressed when they were giving the premise of the show. I was like, oh, wow, this is going to be interesting. 7 lookalikes. Let's see how this goes.
All right, Noah, what is the show? Can you tell me?
So they get reality
Okay.
TV folk. So
From MTV.
From MTV. So Pauly D and then one of the OG teen moms in this episode.
You don't have to go through the description. What is the show? Like
The MTV star gets to choose from 7 lookalikes on who they want to end up marrying in MTV terminology.
Did they say marrying?
You're really morphing this a little bit, I feel like.
Well,
Noah's raising the stakes.
All right.
no, it is
The stakes are
dating.
not that high.
It is dating, but Pauly D and I forgot the teen mom name girl.
Teen Mom Girl, that's what we're going to
Teen
call
Mom?
it.
It's Caitlin.
Caitlin, right? Like they definitely made their finding questions and aim about marriage, right? They weren't like saying, "I want to find like a date." It's like I want to find someone to be.
All
with.
right. Minutia. I asked you a simple question here, Noah.
It's an open-ended question.
No, it's not. This show is just a dating show where a celebrity gets to pick 7 people. That's what this show is.
Sure,
Then
that
we don't
look
need
like
to get into the minutia of the show yet. We're not there yet.
We're not there yet. But there's a key thing. There's an MTV star, right? And they have a celebrity crush. And so MTV gets a bunch of people that want to be on this reality show, and they make them look like their celebrity crush, a.k.a. the clones. And then there's a dating game where they're going to try to figure out the best match based only, like, they all look alike. So then they got to will it down based off personality and some other things. And that's the show.
Where's
That's all it is.
Where's the Game of Thrones aspect of this? Because it's called Game of Clones.
It's just
right.
they just thought the title was a good pun, and that is
Yeah.
where the Game of Thrones link ends.
They
think-
go real deep in the
yeah.
puns and, like, crap with the show
I
constantly.
I think we've seen the writers have a lot of pull on this show with their puns.
I believe that.
We
All
got-
right.
They just got to do an episode where the celebrity crush with the lookalikes is either Jon Snow or Khaleesi, and then then it's all good. you know?
In the preview, there was Drogo.
Oh yeah, there's Drago. Yeah,
Drago,
there you
yeah.
go. There's your Game of Thrones connection.
Jason Momoa.
Yeah. And Aquaman. So
He is
all
more
right,
Aquaman
so
now.
let's go over what happens this episode. So, shocker, DJ Pauly D is in the premiere episode here.
Mm-hmm.
He gets introduced to 7 Megan Fox lookalikes, and they like chat for a bit. Then we get Caitlin, who meets 7 Quavo lookalikes, which
the hell is
I don't know if
Quavo?
anyone in our audience
Do we
who the fuck
gotta,
knows
is
who
that a
Quavo is.
minutia
Gotta.
thing, or do we
It's
gotta
definitely
do
a
more?
minutia thing. We'll get
Okay,
back to it.
We're gonna get to
You
that.
guys are definitely dating yourselves by not knowing who Quavo is.
Noah, we're gonna turn to you when we come back to this.
Yeah.
So then after they like chat for a bit, there are a deal breaker segment where 2 people get kicked off. Happens to DJ Pauly D, happens to Caitlin, to the Quavos. Then DJ Pauly D takes the remaining 5 on some sort of date, some sort of GTL, as you would, because that's a great date in
Hell of a
some
date.
in some world. And then he has to kick off 2 more people, so there's 3 people left, and then the episode fucking ends like
Yep,
fucking nothing happened.
that's it. Chris nailed it. That's it.
That-
MTV's like, we'll see you next week.
Not even that. They
All
just like bye and
All
then
right.
X.
Bye.
Do we save this minutia for the end, or do we get into it right now? It's like partway through the show, Chris does a thing of like, there's only 15 minutes left in this show, and I jokingly say, "Oh, they're gonna pull the rug and do it to be continued on us," and then they did. I couldn't believe it.
I was like, I was like, oh man, they're gonna have to really wrap this up quick. Nope, definitely not doing that.
Anytime you think that, you just know like,
Here's the thing: they could have wrapped it up.
no, they couldn't.
There
have.
was
There's
like
no
5
way.
minutes of content left, and they could have wrapped this.
No,
bitch
there
up.
wasn't, because there was no chance on the Quavo front. Like they still had, like 2 events at least.
They could have wrapped it up.
I think the real answer is not that there's 5 minutes of content left; is that there's so much filler in this show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They could have sped this along way more.
Yeah, but then they wouldn't have that many episodes, Rob.
Or that many puns.
Right. I think Rob hits it though. Is like they're just dragging their feet this
All
whole
right,
time.
Let's roll back to the
Ooh,
beginning
okay.
here.
Okay.
You can take this to the your rating segment.
So my first thing was, I saw like DJ Pauly D in like the commercial or something, and so I thought this was some rando was into DJ Pauly D, and it's like brought on an MTV show. It's like you think you're gonna get DJ Pauly D, but it's 7 DJ Pauly D clones. I was shocked they had the real DJ Pauly D on the show.
Really?
Yeah,
And like I feel like the MTV stars they have lined up is pretty good. Like, well, maybe it's
The-
because we're
these-
a Challenge fan or a Challenge Pro audience. There's a lot of Challenge people on the coming
Okay.
up on this thing.
The 2 people in this show are by far the biggest stars they have on this.
I mean, that's arguable.
The first episode, yeah.
Yeah,
So-
DJ
so-
Pauly D and Caitlin from Teen Mom 2.
Right.
OG.
No, she said she was in Teen Mom 2.
Oh really?
In the show, they said Teen Mom 2.
We really need Courtney.
I thought they said OGT, and I took that away as OGT.
Anyway.
I'll look
Moving
it.
on.
I'll look. No, I'll look it up.
All right, I'm going in the corner.
He's going
So
to
who
the dark
else?
web.
Who else do we know is coming on as the actual MTV celebrities on this show?
So Nicole is next week.
Nicole from the challenge.
They also showed, was it Leroy and
Cara.
Cara.
Cara Marie and another one. Oh, what's her name? I can't think of her name. Where's Harrison when you need him?
It doesn't matter. They're not
anyways.
bigger than these 2.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, just
Yeah, I mean Teen Mom.
these
you're
are
going
both
on
shows
for like
that
a
I don't
decade.
watch. I don't like Jersey Shore, nor do I
like,
really care for like Teen Mom. So
DJ Pauly D is
whatever.
probably the biggest
Oh,
MTV reality star you can get. Like
Yeah.
who's above DJ Pauly
No
D in the
For sure.
MTV
No
verse?
one. I mean,
totally right.
things that of the people that are still on MTV, no one.
Right.
There might be somebody that has left MTV and is a bigger star.
Talking about like some Tila Tequila would be a big
I don't know. I'm sure there's somebody that was on MTV that's now a big star that I don't know it off the top of my head.
I mean,
Right.
Jenny McCarthy.
isn't Tila Tequila like banned from TV or something?
yeah.
No, no one cares. All right.
So let's talk about these Megan Foxes.
Yeah.
That did not look that much like Megan Fox, in my opinion.
I
Does
don't-
anyone want to
There was
challenge
one
that?
girl. 1 out of the 7 did look a bit like Megan Fox.
Did look a bit like Megan Fox.
Yeah.
Ringing
Yeah.
endorsement.
Yeah.
I'm just like Megan Fox to me is the Transformers movies.
Yeah.
And like none of them look like Megan Fox in the Transformers movie.
No.
no.
Or that what was the Killing Jennifer movie or whatever?
Oh,
Jennifer's Body.
That one. That's
That
it. Yeah.
Killing Jennifer. movie.
I mean, she was looking real hot in that movie. You can't argue that.
I didn't say she's not hot, but there's definitely
this, like,
a couple.
whatever outfit they chose for this or particular look, I agree was like a very oddball. I was like, what does Megan Fox look like again? Because they very confused me out of this.
Yeah, I don't know many women that would look good in this outfit. Like, but all these women were attractive, but like
Yeah.
this outfit not that attractive.
Well, they kept going to this Comic-Con press shoot, and they showed where they inspired the outfit from, right? But it was just kind of random instead of like, oh, the Transformers outfit, which would be iconic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, there was one girl that I wrote down. Her quote was, "I really want to date someone that has their shit together."
Mm-hmm.
Someone
Yeah.
on the MTV show
So
to here to date DJ Pauly D.
Yeah.
Which I thought made a lot of sense. Pauly D's a multimillionaire.
Yeah, I mean, when you say that, I assume that you're going to want to hang out with them and not travel with them, like not be a traveling roadshow with this DJ. Is that your shit together?
I mean, he is definitely financially secure, and he's been really good at making a career out of something that, as we just said, like fizzles for most people. So I'd say, yeah, he kind of does have his shit together.
No, I'm not saying he doesn't have his shit together. But if you're trying to date someone that has their shit together, I'm not sure I want to be traveling roadside and not be able to have a career and not to get my shit together.
Totally. Like traveling all the time is not fun, but I think that's like a different thing than having their shit together, right? That's like a career choice.
I guess I took the having your shit together was just more of like a stability thing, not so much of like, are you financially well off and like, because I agree, like he's obviously doing well. He's got a great brand. He's doing a bunch of stuff, super popular, whatever.
Like he's worth millions of dollars.
Yeah.
Like I have no
So
idea.
if you're
It seems
looking
like
for
it, sure.
money, then yeah, you found someone.
Right. I guess I took the like shit together to mean like, hey, I'm looking to like, kind of like settle down, get a relationship going, maybe get a family, that kind of thing. And so like that kind of like, I agree with Chris that like, it's not so much of the vibe I get from when I hear DJ Pauly D, who has uber amounts of confetti at DJ parties in a different state every day.
Yeah, yeah.
And is
I get
on some other reality show with many vacations without you multiple times a year.
I mean, she can pop up on those vacations and cause drama. That's
It's
an
true.
option.
It's true. I mean, it is an option.
Just to push this, is there a difference then in dating another rock star?
No,
No,
I mean, like,
I think it's more if you're looking to have a more of a settled down real relationship, maybe that's not the best attitude to go into. I'm going to go on this reality dating TV show.
Yeah.
And then just the fact that it's DJ Pauly D just makes it even more insane.
Yeah, of course.
yeah, it's just a hard lifestyle to have like that.
Do we think DJ Pauly D's celebrity crush is really Megan Fox? Or did they say, here's the group of people we found, which one of these celebrities do you want to pretend you have a celebrity crush on? Like, what do we think?
I don't know, because like he's got a huge Instagram following, and he might have mentioned his this like in his influencer past. So it would shock me if it wasn't. But none of these people look like Megan Fox, so like he definitely didn't seem all that excited about it. So maybe.
Do you think he's trying to hook up with Megan Fox?
Maybe he did hook up with
I'm pretty
Megan
sure she's
Fox.
married. I think
Like, I don't know what her situation
she's
is.
married to some
actually.
comedian, I believe. Hold on.
Okay, he's in.
I mean, DJ Pauly D's been like, he didn't even get the results of the last Internet Corner.
Yeah, so the last, I mean, I had it up, but you guys were in the middle of something. So the last Internet Corner, she got famous from being on 16 and Pregnant, which then spun off into Teen Mom 2.
See,
So, yeah, y'all were
Good job,
correct.
Chris.
Going back to Megan Fox, she is married to Brian Austin Green.
Does he have his shit together?
He was the guy from 90210,
When did they get married?
Yeah, when did they get married?
2010.
2010. Oh, that's pre. Is that pre Pauly D? Like original Jersey Shore? Or is that after?
I don't know.
All right.
Oh, that's definitely pre. I mean, no, that Jersey Shore was like mid 2000s.
Jersey Shore premiered 2009. So it's
So,
possible.
I don't.
Wow.
I don't think it's really all that possible.
I don't think it's likely. She was probably dating this guy
Yeah,
before they got married. So yeah.
It seems like she got married before she was in those Transformers movies, right? When was the Transformers movie?
Oh, that was 2007,
Okay.
the first one.
All right. Moving on from the Megan Fox. All these women pretty much just had dark hair and light eyes, it seems.
Yeah.
Like that was like the common theme. Even though, so like when you get kicked off, they do this brief like 3 seconds of you wearing your Megan Fox outfit, and then you turn around and then you're wearing whatever you came in with.
Yeah.
And it's like, there was definitely one woman that came in and she had like blonde hair. And I was like, okay, we're stretching this one a little bit. You're going to have to explain to DJ Pauly D at some point that,
No,
you know.
that's not the thing. It's not like you're not trying to like only hook up because of that. It's just like, hey, if you take that element out of it, the physical
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
it's
I
like,
get,
okay,
I
we're
get
moving
it.
past
But
it.
like, DJ Pauly D wants the dark hair and the light eyes.
No. I think DJ Pauly D is trying to find a real relationship,
We,
and he just wants to get past the physical.
look,
so then like he could tell who these
DJ
people
Pauly
really
D has
are.
got to play this game of, you know, why you got to be there for the right reasons. But does that mean he's actually there for the right reasons?
This actually they wanted to get into was like, so DJ Pauly D picks his final Megan Fox in a future episode. And then how long is she required to look like Megan Fox? Like, is he like, he's like, you need to look like Megan Fox as long as we keep dating, because that's what I signed up for. Or is it like, you know, they have like a one night fantasy night thing, and then it's like, okay, now we'll go back to real life? Or like, does every like Saturday does she got to get? Oh, it's Megan Fox Day. You got to get back. In, like, what's the expectations here?
Well, okay. So they say you have blonde hair,
Mhm.
and they dyed it so you could look more like Megan Fox.
Yes.
Okay. I don't know. How long do you have to keep that dyed? You just have to keep it dyed forever?
You get it touched up like every 2 weeks.
I mean, it's gonna reveal itself pretty quickly. As soon as your hair starts growing out, it's not gonna
People
be
who
dark.
take like this stuff seriously, like get their hair dyed, get like the new.
I
part
don't know
that's in
anything about
constantly.
this, people. I don't really have hair, so like, I have no idea how this works. But I feel like, you know, I don't know. I feel like you gotta keep this kind of Megan Fox looking for a little bit at least.
What's the over under? How long does she gotta keep it up for?
We could get into this where I don't think that they're actually going to date these people at all.
What? Wait.
What?
Yeah,
Chris is right.
they're just. This is just for this fucking show, dude.
Yeah.
I know. I'm kidding.
I just don't think that they're like.
There are no stakes in this game.
0-6.
Well, you were alluding earlier that they were in it to get married.
It's
and all
gone
these
from
things.
marriage to 0 stakes.
That is what they're premising it to build up the emotion. But no, there is
I don't
clearly zero.
That,
I don't
that's
think-
a show, though.
I don't think the premise is marriage. I think the premise is just like a nice long-term relationship that see where that goes. I
Right.
think that's more what they're doing. So
Fair.
it's not about marriage. It's
Fair.
about like, this is not a one night stand fling thing, but like, I really don't think it's on marriage level, but also like they're definitely not seeing each other again. It's just the cameras are done. DJ Pauly D's like, yeah, nice working with you. Gets on his jet, goes to his next show, and never sees her again.
That's definitely
Like-
what's gonna happen.
Like even okay, we watched last week A Shot of Love,
Mm.
and the person that won the first season of Shot of Love was like, they never heard from Tila Tequila after the show ended at all.
Heartbreaking.
Just like, and that was like a season's worth of dating that, like essentially dating that dude. Like this is what, half a day. That's just not gonna happen.
So then is this a reality show?
Yes.
There's no I mean, there's producers, everything's involved. Like yes,
But
it's not.
what we're saying then they're all actors.
No, they're not. They're not given lines. They're not acting. Like the women want to date DJ Pauly D for sure. Is DJ Pauly D? He might be acting.
What makes you so confident that they want to date him?
They're there.
I mean, they might just want to be here to become some kind of social media influencer, you know.
On that note, Noah, there was this woman on that looked like Megan Fox. What was
Yeah.
her name?
Her name was Sean.
And Noah liked her. Did you not, Noah?
Out of the 7 foxes, as MTV called them, I thought she was most appealing.
So here's what happened. They're doing the gym segment, and Sean goes, "Yeah, the gym's not my thing," or something to that effect. And she's like, "My idea is sweatpants and dinner and a nap on the couch." And Noah responds with, "That's my kind of girl."
Yeah, yeah.
He's like, I'm in.
And prior to that, she had a little like confessional, and she said, "Yeah, I'm the type of girl," and they bleep out everything she says. So
Very
and,
vulgar.
And she's was trying to pass the bar like 3 strikes in a row, like in a positive way.
3 strikes and she's out.
Yeah.
Done.
Yeah.
No, I don't know if you know how that expression works.
No, clearly not.
3 strikes and you get a home.
Yeah, exactly. How's that game
It's like
played?
baseball. What does that work?
No
All right.
idea how baseball's
3
played.
strikes, touchdown.
But yeah, no, she was a winner in my book.
And so Noah went to the corner and he asked us, how long do you think it would take to find this person? I didn't think you'd find her.
I knew that Noah would find her. I didn't think he would find her that quickly.
It was pretty quick.
It was very quick.
I'm very good at internet searching.
He found it before we had the mic set up.
Definitely.
Yeah. So little minutia backstory on me. Before I knew y'all, this is like in
Y'all.
He
I
was
bet-
arrested for stalking people. Sorry, Noah. This is what my mind went to.
Like before the people, the listeners knew
no,
you?
that I made all years. This is like 2009. Like friends used to call me like the Google guy. Like before Google got really good, I already actually get like phone calls and text messages to help people Google things.
So you're some kind of like Ask Jeeves.
I'm pretty good at Googling.
He is Jeeves.
Yeah, he's Jeeves.
Yeah. So I'm usually up to any test to go find something.
So I bring this up because Noah asked us how many followers or likes
Oh yeah.
that this person has, and I wanted to go around the table and we could guess.
Yeah.
on
So
how many follow like
Like,
Wait, set the table. Set the table.
I'll set the context. So the reason I was able to find her so fast is there were some that already did the legwork. There were some like reality TV blog who then did a little profile on each of the contestants, and they linked to their Instagrams and Facebooks, whatever. This person linked to her personal Facebook, where she posted pretty publicly, and one of her public posts was to her newly created fan page based off of being on this show.
the budding social influencer post.
Yeah, and she also cracks herself. She's like, yeah, I'm a new D-list celebrity, so she's very
Ooh,
aware.
That's pretty high. That's pretty high right there. I don't think we're in the alphabet yet.
Do you self-proclaim what tier you're in on your own page? That feels weird.
Self
to me.
joke. It was a wink.
Okay,
Anyway,
she's just-
Yeah, it would be a
So-
self wink if she was like F
Yeah.
or like Z.
so she has this Facebook page. It's a fan page. Yeah, and so how many likes does she have on this fan page?
Okay, so we're recording this on the 26th. This premiered on the 21st. So 5 days. I'm gonna go.
Wait, is it closest or is it Price is Right rules?
It's closest. I'm not
Okay.
playing this price right shit. Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with 40.
much higher. I'm thinking like gotta be like 1,000 or something.
Oh my god, you're way off.
Dude, MTV has been pimping out this show for. Okay, Brian, go.
I got to go with 12.
12? Like 1, 2.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get burned here.
I'm gonna go 150.
Reasonable.
James is really in the reality distortion field. Brian is the most level-headed. 2.
Oh man,
Wow,
2
MTV.
likes.
I've really underestimated them.
1,000 people, James. You kidding me?
How many fucking people do you watch the show?
How many
man?
people?
Just
Are
undershowing the
good-
crew
look
here.
Two
how much
people
he had
like this.
Yeah.
I believe you. I
Noah.
need to see it.
Like it.
That's
3.
That's
3
ridiculous.
now.
There you go.
Oh man, that's so
That's your
good.
in.
That's so good.
Here's the problem. Like, based on results, like, that's it.
Okay,
That's all
but
you're
here's the
gonna get.
thing. What about Instagram?
So her Instagram profile was, at least on that blog I was reading through, they said the profile was locked, so I did not click on it. I just
It's insane. Because the kids just aren't on Facebook anymore, right? Like they're all gramming.
No, look. I'll tell you what happened. Okay, there's this girl that's on the show for like a total of like 4 minutes,
And nobody cares.
no one cares.
Right.
No one's googling Sean from Game of Clones, and it's just like that's not gonna happen.
Right.
So like, I apparently with 40, that's far too high. But like,
Yeah.
it's just like you got to go levels deeper. If it was like, hey, follow me on Facebook at the end here,
Sure.
I'll give it to you.
Well, the other thing is like because of the format of the show, they're all clones. Like they're all super non-memorable.
Yeah.
You're like, I don't know like most of who anybody is, right? So I didn't really factor that in. That's a fair point. My bad.
All right, let's get back to the show. So I got a couple quotes that I wrote down. One of the Megan Foxes wrote, "I want to have kids, but it's gonna fuck my body up. So you got to pay to fix that." That was a great quote.
Except instead of the word that, it was something they bleeped out.
It was like I get like that first half of quotes, and then as I'm writing it down, like the end kind of trails off.
Yeah.
We gotta pause or something sometimes.
Brian, is that a deal breaker for you?
I have no idea how much that costs. That's like,
All right.
I think it has
Yeah,
to be because like that's just too insane.
I was actually upset they bleeped it out because it was unclear what all she wanted to get repaired.
Her body.
Yeah, that's vague.
All right. Deal breakers, James. Do you want 8 kids or no kids?
We should get in this, but all these questions are terrible.
Oh yeah, we're getting into it.
Because like,
so yeah,
like if your choice is literally between 8 kids or no kids, I feel like the reasonable person in me wants to be like, well, no kids seems like a much smarter thing to do in this crazy fucked up world than being like, let's get 8 kids for sure, right? But if you're on the show and in that context, and you know that like, hey, it's a dating show and it's a weed out question, then you're like, well, this kids. If you're pro kids, then you just say 8 kids. So you go 8 kids, even if you know you don't want that many, but you want 1 or more.
They might not have known that like it was a weed out question though.
Oh, like I don't know. Yeah.
Can we take a step back and go over this deal breakers thing, like, and how it's teed
Super
up?
dumb.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
I mean, it's just like DJ Pauly D is giving these questions. Yes, like A or B questions. Then if you don't answer how DJ Pauly D wants, you kicked out.
Right.
I think it's good to preface, though, there is very little tension in these questions. It's pretty obvious
Yeah.
what the answer should be. So they're like, do you wash your sheets once a week or once a month? Like, even if you wash your sheets closer to once a month, you know what the right answer is.
Right.
We'll go. I got them all written down.
Oh,
I-
nice.
I-
We're going through all of them.
We're going to go through all of them. I
didn't realize we're doing
know
this.
your answers.
Good job.
Can I ask one question though?
Sure.
Which is, when do you think they answered these questions? Was it before they even cast for the show as part of their application form? Was it when they were on the show and they knew what the show was, or was it in real time?
Definitely not real time based on how they were standing. Like
I
you
think
can peek
it
over
was-
and it's like, okay, well, like what do I think is going to be the right answer?
I think it's option B. I think they're going to be
Like,
on
they
the
know
show.
they're on the show. They know the context.
They
like,
know
fill out
who
this
they're
form.
and they know who they're going to date. I think,
Okay.
before they're answering these.
Actually, I mean, well, what do you think is more difficult to set up? To actually make sure the contestants get the right iPad? Or that they can answer in real time, right? Because they had to get the right iPad with, like, the things to swipe over.
That's not hard.
Oh.
Like they've got that set up.
I'm
Is
gonna
it believable?
end this conversation with I don't care. All right, we're gonna move on.
You're not meant to be a producer. No.
Yeah. So the next one of the questions that Pauly D asked was, "Do you make your bed every day?" Or what was the other option?
Do you make your bed every day or do you make your bed when company's over?
Company? Yeah. Obviously, everyone want everybody because DJ Pauly D is a neat freak. So
Yep.
the one question that was really confusing to me was, "I'm the one that got away," or "I let the one get away." Was that the other option? I don't remember.
It was
Yeah.
confusing.
Yeah.
It was the one that
no.
got away, or
Yeah, so it was, what does your ex say about you? The one that got away or, like, the one I'm glad I got away from?
yeah.
like that.
So
yeah.
I'm the one that
weird.
got away is clearly the only answer you would ever give in any situation.
Right.
as did every of the every person there.
And then, so there was one person that got kicked out on the kids question.
Yep.
And then one person got kicked out on this question. When you, after you have sex, or is it more of a hit and run or an exchange info situation? And somebody answered hit and run. Like, obviously, that's a you getting kicked off situation.
You know what I think? She's just getting bored or tired, and she's like, I'm done with this.
If it was real time, sure.
Yeah.
Like, I'm getting out of here.
Yeah, this is dumb.
If it's real time, I have a theory on why the questions are. It's like, it's kind of insane that like you answer one of these one of these true or false things wrong, and you're just kicked off immediately. And like it didn't happen. It's like, what happens if 3 people say the wrong thing? Like, what are they going to do? So the questions are so clearly one right answer that like it's hard for even one person to go the other way, and that's how.
Well,
like, dragging
so
it out.
like I think it has to be done before this.
Yeah.
Because the producers can just set it up like, oh, these are the questions you're going to ask in this order, and then these people are going to get kicked off.
And yeah, they already like that's I think a big argument for doing it ahead of time is they know these are questions everyone got right. These are questions only one person got wrong, and that avoids any like, oh, now 3 people got it wrong. What do we do?
It's probably like 100 question questionnaire because
It might be more than 100.
Yeah, it could be like a
Yeah.
ton of questions here.
Yeah, you guys
Like-
definitely right.
These people are like, give them a 500 question questionnaire. Be like, fill it out, or you're not going to be on TV. They're going to do it.
Yeah.
Good call.
I've got a couple funny things that happened during the intro. Like somebody asked DJ Pauly D, "Do you like animals?" And like DJ Pauly D gave this like bug-eyed look and like, "Yeah, I like animals."
But
Like,
there was the pause. There was the
Yeah.
bug-eyed look. There was the pause. Then yeah.
one
Okay.
highlight of the episode, I think.
The context of that was also like a little bit great because DJ Pauly D was like talking with one of the foxes, and they had so much in common. It was kind of freaky. Like they had the same birthday. They both had a 5-year-old daughter that was born very close to one another in dates, and they were just gelling. And then like these 2 other girls were just sitting by, like, how do we get on this conversation? And then all of a sudden, somebody blurts out, "Do you like animals?" And yeah, like that's the movie you had to play. I'm sorry, it sucked, but
It was great editing. I really tip my hat to the editors. There were some good cuts and dramatic pauses that they really hung on and really made some people look not great, and it was pretty fun to watch.
And then so Caitlin, we'll talk. I think this is our first talking about Caitlin, but one of the Quavos was like, I heard it was gonna be Caitlin, and I was like, damn. But then I was like, damn.
Well done.
Well, if we switch over to Caitlin,
Let's talk
it
about
might be
Caitlin
time
first.
for the question of Noah. Who is Quavo?
Yeah. Quavo is a extremely famous rapper, part of the trio Migos,
Who,
Yeah.
to be clear, only Noah's ever heard of in this room.
which
We're-
just
we're
says more
all,
about
you
the
know, sure.
room than myself.
I mean,
I've
Sure,
never
we'll
heard
get shit on the
Migos.
internet for it,
Yeah.
but it is what it is.
I've heard these names before, so it's not like I could. Oh yeah, there's some guy named Quavo. There's some band named Migos.
Yeah.
But
Is Emmy a fan? Is Emmy rocking out with some
I don't think
Quavos?
Emmy's really walking out that much to it. But like Noah's statement of Migos is the biggest band in the world. I'm not sure I'm totally on board with
And
that.
has defined the trap genre.
I will stand behind that as define the trap genre as today. Easy. They definitely are the biggest rap group
All right,
right now.
all right.
And lastly, they've easily defined what popular rap music sounds like right now.
So
Hands down.
I have the Wikipedia open for Migos,
Ooh.
and they don't have any #1 albums on the Billboard Hot 100.
Yeah, Billboard doesn't matter anymore. It's all about what's being played on Spotify and SoundCloud.
Well, they include all that in that stuff.
Yeah.
Mister,
go
I'm
look
too
at-
cool for school over here.
It's not that. Go look at the top tracks on Spotify. It's either featuring Migos, featuring Quavo, or Offset. Like and if it's not, it's like Bun B, and all the sounds are based off the Migos sound. They
All right.
defined how music sounds like.
I think Noah's pointing out that we don't know what we're talking about, so we're
Yep.
going to move on.
Yep.
One last point. The Wikipedia page for trap music does not mention Migos.
Oh.
Somebody's got to edit that Wikipedia page right now.
I mean, I bet it'll be edited tonight.
So we got some pretty cool names on this side. We got my favorite, Lorenzo, and then we got our boy Philly P.
People at restaurants like to call you Lorenzo too.
Yeah, it's my name comes from the German Lorenz, so like I don't look Spanish at all. It does not work. But whatever.
So
my boy
Philip.
Lorenzo here.
Or Philip P.
Philly P. I like the name Philly P.
He
Philly
does go by. He does call himself Philip, though. To be clear.
Yeah, in
But
in
it's
the
great to read it.
confessional he says Philip. Does he ever call himself Philly P in the actual
The
like?
spelling looks like it'd be Philly P.
I
Like, it
I
looks
don't
like a
think
handle.
anyone who is not one of us call him Philly P.
Okay,
But he will always be Philly P in my
he
heart.
definitely looks like Philly P.
Yeah,
But
I
now
thought
that
y'all
you
were
mentioned that,
Yeah,
again, it's like the wrong Y.
I thought y'all were crazy. I'm like, why are you calling him Philly P? It's clearly Philip.
Philly P.
It looks like Philly P, dude.
Yo, when you're wearing that much bling,
Yeah.
you're Philly P.
I definitely see what you're saying, because but like
'Cause the
it
Quavos
was
thing.
pretty clear to me because there's no space in the name. So I'm like, all right,
So,
Philip.
so this outfit though is kind of wild.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, granted, I didn't know who Quavos was before this, but is rocking some kind of pleather pants, some fancy sneakers, like a jacket with no shirt under, so just rocking the abs, like a tight jacket too at that, and then just a bunch of bling, like all kinds of ice.
Definitely needed. Part of the casting call was definitely ab themed in terms of what they were looking for.
Oh yeah, they're all very well fit men.
So
Noah's in.
One thing about this is that, like, obviously, I don't know really well what Quavo looks like. So I felt I couldn't judge how Quavo-y these Quavos were like we could at the Megan Foxes. Noah, give us your takes of, how good were they doing on the clone scale this time?
It was similar to the Megan Fox.
Similar to Megan Fox?
Very similar. Yeah.
I'm looking at pictures of Quavo right now.
Yeah, what do you got for us?
So he wears glasses in almost every photo. So there's a big notch right there. There's one photo that like I can kind of see what they were trying to get at. You never see this guy's abs in any of these photos.
And none of these guys wore glasses at any point.
Yeah, none of these guys were. He's wearing a shirt in every photo.
I'm surprised you can't see his abs on the internet. Like,
I'm sure if I looked harder, like if I looked Quavo abs, maybe
Get Jeeves over here to find you Quavo's ass.
like this is the closest I found, and it like showing Noah. There's like, but all the other ones are just kind of random headshots, and he's all wearing glasses. So I don't like. I feel like it's a key part if you wear glasses and you're wearing glasses all the time. Like
And not like eyeglasses. I assume like sunglasses.
he's
like
wearing
shades.
sunglasses and he's wearing regular glasses too.
Oh, okay.
So he's not just like it's not the normal celebrity where he's wearing contacts or whatever he's gonna wear, but like he's definitely I don't know. I like when the one contestant left, he's like, I'm so glad to get out of these pleather pants.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
he was real.
Was that Philly P? Because Philly P got the boot.
Philly P, yeah, he got
You
the
have
boot
questions?
in the deal breakers. You want the deal breakers?
Yes,
for-
got a deal breaker.
All right, so we got food expiration dates, warning or exploration
Challenge.
I didn't write down everything. That's a weird question.
Very weird question.
Some people like really feel adamantly about this whole challenge thing. I've learned. Like some people are like, nah, that's just like a guideline. You never throw it away on that. I'm like, I feel like they put that date on there for a reason. Anywho, we should move on. But I feel like it is a divisive kind of question.
But it's
Is
just,
it?
it's so dumb. Like, who's gonna try that for challenge? Like, you don't want to be with that person.
No, I'm telling you, Brian. Like there are friends that we know that think this way.
But it's interesting saying like it's a guideline, versus being like it's a challenge. Like, oh, that expired. Now I'm excited to eat it. Like that's I don't know anyone who has that kind of attitude.
You submit that to the challenge for them to put on a challenge.
They definitely have done that on the challenge.
Yeah, I don't like the way that's worded. You clearly never write in challenge. Like,
Never.
that never.
You going home, you put challenge.
yeah.
And
Because she's the person from Team. She's got a kid. You can't just be food challenging yourself with that.
then there was sex on the beach or just between the sheets, and they kicked out one of the ones she really liked.
Yeah.
I don't know what his name was.
Ikenna.
Yeah,
Oh, good job.
you got that one.
I was just gonna say his name was Quavo.
Well, Quavo's gone. Then the last question was change sheets once a month or once a week. And
Again,
the
terrible
obvious
question.
answer again is once a week. I'm not sure that the sex question was all that obvious.
Sex question actually kind of. I was like, oh, on the beach that'd be kind of unpleasant, but so that one
Like the
did not go
beach
the obvious
definitely
way.
seems like a very unpleasant place for. for this kind of action, but
Here's the problem with all these damn questions. They needed them to rhyme.
Wait, what?
Didn't a lot of these like questions need to rhyme? Like,
Oh, the two options should have rhymed.
Yeah.
Oh, that would have been better.
Oh, got it.
Yeah, it was Sex on the Beats or Sex in the Sheets.
Seach in the Seach.
it doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
Could be good
Uh,
slang.
That'd be a good improvement.
Seach.
But then somebody got kicked off. It was Philly P that got kicked off for the once a week.
Yeah, Philly P said once a month.
Yeah, because he's a normal human being.
Do you remember?
Right.
But do you remember his explanation of why he only changes the sheets once a month?
Because he's a clean person.
No.
I forget.
No, he did say that though.
I mean, but his reason was he does all his sex outside, so the sheets are fine. Don't need to get changed that much. I was like, what are
Okay,
you
hang
talking
on.
about?
You guys are putting a lot of words in this guy's mouth. This is what he is. He said something along these lines, which was, "Hey, I'm a really clean guy, and so like when I'm getting dirty or doing whatever, like I do that on the outside, and so like I keep my sheets pretty clean, but I don't need to keep them quote that clean." So he's like, "I clean them once a month." I thought it was a very reasonable answer. You guys are giving
I
some
don't know.
shit. I see some Noah pro Noah here.
Yeah, I'm with James.
That's not how I read it. I read it as an insane answer.
His couch is real dirty, but his
Yeah.
bed's clean. That's kind of what you're saying.
Yeah,
You read it as he's not banging in the bed. He's always banging all over everywhere else.
exactly.
Got it. He's
Back
he's on the
seat,
in the
windows up.
beach.
There was some sort of quote. One of the Quavos said, like, I don't have no kids. So does that mean he has kids?
No,
Double negative?
no, it means you have no kids.
You're reading too much into it.
I'm just messing with you.
Maybe that should be the two questions: is like double negative or not, and then you know.
And then one of the Quavos asked, have you seen Cool Runnings?
no,
Another-
you got to get the context of
Oh
that.
man, that was such a great editor pause though. Again, like a
I don't
great
remember
job,
the
editor.
context, so if somebody knows the context.
So I think that like last person she dated like had dreads, and then they pointed this out and making fun of her, like, oh, you love people with dreads. Awkward pause. Have you seen?
No, not yet.
No.
So she's like, I recently went on a trip to Jamaica,
Oh, I forgot about that.
and so then they hammer in on that, and they're like, oh, I get it. You like a Rasta, and so then they kind of jump to that.
Have you seen Cool Runnings?
Have you seen Cool Runnings? And then dramatic pause. Great job, editor.
I was like, I think that was the crazy line because there's two crazy lines. There was that one, and then the one about we talked about it already. Do you like animals?
Oh yeah.
One of the other Quavos was also like, yeah, girl, damn, you thick and you fine. Like, you got some other stuff too, but I can't say it here. But woo,
Yeah,
he's like kind
yeah.
of making these eyes like, oh, buddy.
To be fair, there was a lot of lines in this show that were either like overly punny or just like really on point. They threw in like when Paulie D was on like a J wow instead of a wow.
Well,
Cringeworthy.
Oh.
yeah.
That's like we got to talk about this. There's
Yeah,
no
I gotta talk about the announcement.
there's no host, but there's this voiceover, and it is not great.
It's like this auto-tuned, over-modulated thing. It sounds terrible.
Yeah.
It sounds very intentional for this whole like clone vibe thing that's supposed to be kind of like robotic or whatever. But man, it's annoying.
Yeah, it sets a tone and then just gets really annoying.
Yeah, you're James. You're definitely right. It's meant to be like a clone. Like it's supposed to sound like there's multiple similar people speaking at once, but it is just terribly annoying.
and
That's
way
all
too many
we were
puns from
saying
them.
about that.
And like
Yeah.
the
puns get
sound-
old after a while. You're like, ugh.
This is what the sounds are annoying, but the dialogue they give them is also just terrible. Like,
It's like bad dad jokes.
oh yeah,
Because they're not like normal bad dad jokes. They're just like weird dad jokes that you're like, don't do that.
With like weird MTV references to
Yeah.
Jersey Shore and stuff. You're like, it's not working out.
do you think the show would be better with an actual host?
Yeah.
Who would you put as the host?
So I was thinking about this. It's like, is this get back to Chris' earlier point? Get a like third tier Game of Thrones person who got like killed off in season 3, and just like have them host the show.
I got
Yeah.
another
Like,
one for you.
what's Egret doing right now?
What about?
Banging Jon
Luda.
Snow.
Oh, Luda. Yeah,
I
just
think
get
Luda
Luda.
would be good at this.
He'd
Yeah.
be good at anything.
Yeah,
I
but
mean, but
Luda's
just gotta get him off a Fear Factor because that show's garbage.
yeah, but Luda's making that Fear Factor money.
But he could be doing the clones thing.
Okay, we're moving
like one
on.
episode.
I don't like whatever.
Rob,
Yeah, sure.
the way you started that question, I thought you were going to ask a different question.
What question was I going to ask?
Would this show be better if they're all naked?
What do you think?
I feel like it'd be a lot harder to find
The-
looking like celebrities naked. Okay?
I mean, you got to really work to get those clones to, match.
Oh, what was that? What's that one show where they all get plastic surgery or whatever? That's not a reality show, though, right?
Nip Tuck?
Nip Tuck.
Definitely not a
this
reality show.
What if you make Nip Tuck into a reality show
Definitely not
where
a
it's
reality.
the clone thing?
You didn't watch
could
some of the
make
later
one.
episodes.
I think there actually was some old reality show called like The Swan or something, and the whole premise was they got a woman and gave her a ton of plastic surgery and like, now you're better. And that was the whole show. It didn't sound great.
That definitely rings a bell.
We could add it to the queue.
What if the show was now you have plastic surgery to look like Megan Fox, and you're permanent Megan Fox, and then you get booted off?
Oh no, that's the thing. So there's 7 Megan Foxes. They do deal breakers, eliminate 2. They go to the gym, eliminate 2. Now you 3 get plastic surgery to be permanent Megan Fox, and then you go to the next round.
Yeah, if you don't do it, then you're out.
If you don't do it, then you're out. But then like someone gets Megan Fox and still doesn't win the show.
It's true. That is how they ended the show, though, just to close it out, which
Oh,
was
we didn't.
was that?
There's more stuff to talk about, dude.
oh my god,
Is there?
what
Yeah.
else is there?
Well, there's the one-on-one date that they do, and
There's
then
the
there's the
gym.
GTL section. Yeah. Dude, you got-
Oh man, we gotta move it
is
along.
I keep trying, and you guys keep talking about fucking random internet corner stuff
That's
with
the
Noah.
minutia, Chris. We got to get in the minutia.
Yeah, I'm getting into the minutia right now.
All right,
We gotta talk about Olivia on this one-on-one date.
Oh yeah.
What do you mean?
That's a good point.
The teeth.
I don't know what you mean.
All right, Chris. Well, tee it up.
Oh well, this
Teeth it up.
teeth it up. No. So Olivia brings out this unique thing that Pauly D asks. She says she has a split personality, and one of her split personalities is Slivia.
And Karen.
Yeah, I was like, she doesn't just have one. She doesn't have one alter ego. She has 2.
I didn't know what the other one was named.
Karen.
Karen.
Why is it Karen?
We didn't get. We
Such
didn't really.
a good alter ego name, though.
We didn't really get into what Karen did, but we got an inclination of what Slivia did.
Slivia is the wild one.
The wild one. She took off some man's sock with her teeth.
No. She took all the man's clothes off.
Completely
her
teeth.
undressed a man with only her
Yeah,
teeth.
starting at the sock. And then
Well-
she said, "Do you want to see?"
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
she did it. She took just the sock off.
that we saw.
That's fair. We didn't see the rest.
Do you think Pauly D let her do more than the sock? Was the sock sufficient?
She wasn't kicked off, right?
Correct.
I don't know.
She's still on.
Well, in the next time preview, spoilers, there's definitely a lot of risque shots with these 3 women. So definitely. There's definitely a bigger date going on. That's all I really had to talk about Olivia. So there is one thing that I wrote down that I have to talk about. So in the deal breaker section with the hit and run or exchange info, DJ Pauly D says anything worse than a one night stand is being with a situation.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
So I guess after that they do the GTL, and then what was the Sean we talked about never squatted in her life, and they did this thing where they put the squat bar up and they added really big 10-pound weights, so it made it look like they were squatting a lot and they were not.
It was a
No.
bit comical.
It was a bit comical because no one was struggling to do any of it. Even the person that's never done a squat before was
Did
just
fine, yeah.
it was fine. The bar probably wasn't even 45.
She just did a bad job of making it seem like she was into it.
Yeah.
Although I did like her testimonial comment of, I bet they just picked to do this because you just wanted to check us all out in skimpy workout wear, and it was like, yep.
I mean, you could see him looking,
Oh,
definitely
yeah.
checking them out while they were
He
doing
was
it.
checking out their form on the squat.
Oh yeah,
Giving them
The-
some
the
tips on
form.
it. Yeah.
And then they do the tan piece.
Oh yeah. What were they drinking during the Tampies? Was that iced tea or was that something else?
I don't know.
It was all. Each one of them actually had a little bit different thing. Because some of them had a clear drink, some had a
So maybe it
brown
was
drink.
an actual adult beverage of some sort.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Unclear.
Anyways,
The
tannin. Oh.
So this was where DJ Pauly D took his shirt off
Avi.
so that he could get some bathing oil on, some sort of sunscreen.
How did he get oiled up?
The women oiled her up. The foxes. The Foxes did
We
it.
got to set the context though.
They're on some. So what more context do you need?
They went into the gym's parking lot. They put a bag of sand down
a kiddie
and went
pool.
tanning.
There was
And
the kiddie pool too.
Yeah, they're in the middle of L.A. Like they could have gone to a beach, but no, they just wanted the parking lot.
No, I mean you got to film this in a couple hours. No, you can't be. This is not a multi-day shoot.
Yeah,
Was this all just like filmed in like a hotel? You think?
definitely close by.
So
So
I was
the
thinking, like,
yeah.
would it be reasonable that like they filmed upstairs, they go down to the gym, and then like, all right, let's go to the parking lot and get the tan scene.
This is definitely the gym around the corner.
Yeah, the gym was a separate building.
Okay.
Yeah,
But it was definitely on the same block.
Yeah.
yeah.
Like we didn't get to see Teen Mom and Quavo's like what their group date thing looked like. So I want, is it also at the gym? Like, how diverse are these things going to be? But there was a really great shot of Pauly D with the 5 Megan Foxes just strutting down the street to go to the gym. That was pretty good.
Oh yeah.
And then I would say the last thing to talk about is they did the laundry piece.
Gotta do the laundry piece.
And then, so what happened was DJ Pauly D was going to show how to fold laundry for some reason.
And specifically the t-shirts.
the t-shirts.
So you gotta know how to fold these white tees.
because it's T-shirt time.
Right.
And, but I guess the producer said that was really boring. And then just like all the Foxes had some sort of underwear. And then DJ Pauly D had to guess whose underwears was whose. This seems like a very hard thing to do.
I have
Like,
a
do
theory
you
that
think-
that was not any of their actual underwear.
Oh, you have a theory? You have a theory? Oh, yeah. I think the odds are high.
The candy one really gives it away.
Yeah. So DJ Pauly D shockingly gets all of them wrong.
All of them.
All of them wrong. And because that's just really hard to do. And yeah, one of them was candy. Some of them were really more risque than
like
others.
the rave candy.
Not just anyone. It was Sean's choice.
I was gonna say no, it wasn't that Sean's.
Of course, obviously,
Was that another strike for Sean or?
a positive strike.
Are we bowling? Is that what's happening?
One last thing on the tan segment is he asked them all to say something like embarrassing or strange about themselves. And one person's like, "I've never been drunk," and he was beyond shocked at this. This is like he cannot comprehend this statement.
Didn't he say like, well, we could fix that or something?
He's like, "We got a lot of time."
Do we? There's not a lot of time in the show. Well, we got to see a lot of it.
Yeah.
All right. Does anyone have any other minutia they want to talk about?
No. I guess we also saw Teen Mom have a one-on-one date with a Quavo guy, and he said something really strange. I don't remember what it was, and then afterwards she was like, "I'm not into this guy."
Whoa.
Oh, he never posts any photos of his girlfriends on Instagram, and he
Yeah.
had some reason why this was a good idea, and she's like, "I'm definitely not into this guy anymore."
So they were discussing like why they broke up with their exes, I believe. And he's like, yeah, so I was with this girl for like 2 years. She's like, oh, like, well, why did you break up? He's like, well, so like my social media game is really on point. He didn't really say that, but that's the gist of it. And he's like, oh, so like then she butts in. She's like, oh, so you just never posted your girl on your social media? And he's like, yeah, like I know what the fans want, and that's not what they want to see, so I didn't do it. And she wasn't okay with that. So boom. And then she kind of grills him on like something about like, oh yeah, he asked her, well, why did you break up? He's like, oh, because I went through his phone and he was cheating on me. And that's like basically one of his deal breakers. So in this segment, it seemed like he was being like, hey, I'm kind of like not okay with this. I'm kind of out.
You should have answered those questions wrong.
Right. And then then in her confessional though, she's like, yeah, I don't know how I feel, but I'm kind of into it. And I was very confused by that. I'm like,
I think she confuses herself in this
That
whole
seems
her whole
right.
dating life.
Well, 2 or 3 times throughout the show, she explicitly said she's a poor judge of character. So I think she questions her instincts a lot.
I also have another minutia thing that talk about
Mm-hmm.
is Caitlyn frequently says she says multiple times that she's never been on a date before, which is insane.
I agree. Yeah.
There's no way she's even talking about how she's like dating other people and like how she's comparing these people to other people. Like, how do you compare these people you've never been on a date before? How you've had 3 kids, you've never been on a date. You've
Wait,
never
she's
been
got
on
3 kids?
Yeah, you've never been on a date before. Like,
Damn.
you just like had sex with this guy, you were dating this guy, and you've never been on a date. Okay, I just don't understand. Like, what in what scenario is this a real thing?
They never treated her right. I don't know.
Like, oh, I've never been on a reality show dating.
Maybe that's
before.
what she meant. But she has been on a reality show date, I'm sure, because I'm sure it's at some point doing Teen Mom, they went on some date together.
We need Courtney here to help us out on this one.
After
sure.
the show, we can tweet at her, ask her to clarify for us.
Clarify, how many dates have you been on in your life now? Is it 1 or has it been 7? Like, this is all 7 count as 1?
From your friends at the pod.
All right. Who wants to start out here on the ratings? Do you want me James, give it to me.
Damn it. So I haven't got to my final yet. Here's the thing. The show's got some good momentum going for it. The concept is pretty interesting, unique. I like that. I like that element of it. However, the host auto-tuned whatever thing is god-awful. And I really don't like 2 more things, which is this recapping and upcoming constantly, which is minutes long on every commercial break. Way too much. And then just like the whole fact that like you watch an episode and literally nothing happens. You don't get any conclusion. And it's got to be out for me. So like, man, it's got to be in the bottom third, I think, for those reasons, but it's got to be in the top. And here's the thing is like I'm actually intrigued of who the other people coming up on this show are. So I'm kind of tempted, but man, there's so much of the show like they're just dragging their feet and like you just don't get any resolution. And so like I feel like I just can't put it any higher than like bottom third. So I'm going to go top of the bottom. That's all I got.
All right. I'm less passionate about it because it's just boring and it's bottom third. It's just they need to be moving way faster, less recaps.
Maybe finish a story.
Yeah, you can't just leave this. Like, you had a chance of being middle third, I think, if you finished your thoughts, but you didn't. And for that regard, you're bottom third. And I might watch the first third just to see the end of, DJ. I just kind of curious, but I'm not watching any more of this. So, bottom third. Noah, what you got for us?
James captured my thoughts pretty perfectly. Like top of the third, only because there's so much potential. This is a really good idea, extremely poorly executed. There's a lot of opportunity to play up the fun and these people looking like each other. They don't do anything with that. They just set up the show and they kind of just keep joking how they look like each other, but all the challenges could be similar to that. And so, yeah, just really terrible execution, a lot of potential. Hopefully season 2, they take advantage of that.
Season 2?
It's definitely getting season 2. And yeah, hopefully they change out the producers and directors.
Dude, once you get 2 likes on a random.
All right. The other thing, so I agree with what's been said for the other thing with the show. So take away the whole, there's a MTV celebrity and take away like the clones looking like, this is a pretty like dull show. Like the dating game and like what they're doing is like almost nothing happens. Like it's so very like simplistic in a sort of, and like I think Chris like mentioned boring. It's like what's going on? It's like so like the most interesting part of the show is like the first 2 minutes. It's like, oh, it's DJ Pauly D. Oh, here are these 7 people look the same. Do they look like Megan Fox? Not really. And I'm kind of over the show. Like, what else is going on? So yeah, I think this is definitely bottom third show. Like, there might have been potential to do a good show with this concept and use the MTV, star list to do something, but they did not do it. And I think you can spend your time better elsewhere.
Brian, what do you got?
I mean, it's just gonna read everything. Bottom of the bottom. Like it's just
Ooh, bottom barrel.
yeah. Like you take away like any of the things that like make it unique, and it's like very boring.
Yep, I agree.
Whew, unanimous.
Unanimous.
Do we need to put MTV in the penalty box?
No,
I don't think this podcast is capable of doing
This
this.
is who put MTV on. We can't do that.
I mean, I'll be watching the challenge tomorrow
So let's review Love Month Rob, do you have the ratings for us?
I do have the ratings.
I have a feeling there's a lot of bottom thirds in Love Month.
There are a lot of bottom thirds in Love Month, and I'm checking. I'm gonna say we had no top thirds in Love Month.
I gave
What
out
was like their average.
I
or
gave
like anything?
one middle third out of 4.
Oh wait, no, wait. Sorry, I'm incorrect. Both ABC and Emmy gave Shot of Love a top third. So
Okay.
they're way over on the side of the spreadsheet. So I almost missed that. So yeah. So
Man,
Yeah.
was Love Month a sexist month?
Shot of Love was
Clearly.
middle to top. So that one went pretty well. The other 3, pretty poor.
I think they were all unanimous bottom. Were they all
No. Love Island had some middles.
Okay.
And
Rock of Love.
Rock of Love and Game of Clones unanimous bottom.
Wait, was Love Island and Temptation Island?
No, that was part of Premiere Month.
Oh,
Not
my
Love
God. That's
Month.
why I feel like we've been in Love Month forever.
What you want from me? So I looked at the ratings for the show to kind of gauge if there's going to be another season. It premiered at 0.2.
Is that good?
No.
Wait, I have no idea what scale this is. Like, what
All
are we-
right. So let me tell you, Dr. Pimple Popper got a 0.8.
Out of what? Like, what kind
So
of?
the
What are we
so
looking
the
at?
scale is 1 million users. It's 1 million viewers. So like a 1.0 would be 1 million.
Okay.
So like 0.8 is 800 like
800K.
So 0.2 is 200.
Like, what is like just Tattoo of Us get?
I don't know. What I could tell you is that the highest rated thing when this aired that day was a Los Angeles Lakers game with a 0.9.
I mean, if Los Angeles Lakers getting 0.9, 0.2 doesn't sound terrible.
Right. It
But
depends on
it's
like the
also regular season. Nobody gives a shit.
no, but
Yeah.
you have to go, like, what's the time slot? What is it competing against? Right. Like, so
All right, I'll
Yeah.
tell you the rest here. We got 60 days in, got a 0.4. Flip or Flop Nashville got a 0.3.
See, I think that
Swamp-
show is pretty popular at 0.3.
Swamp People got a 0.3.
what is
Truck Night in America.
What is that?
What-
Oh,
Oh,
yeah, let's
a
do that. Yo,
point-
can we get the show description of Truck Night in America?
Chris, you guys send me that list. I'm going to put them all in the queue. Next month, we're going to do Swamp People. And we're going to do
No, Swamp
Truck
People
Night
and Truck
America.
Night. That's March right there, baby.
Went 0.3 to 0.2.
What is the theme that unites Swamp People and
They all air on Thursday night.
Thursday month?
Those are Thursday night shows. I don't know what to tell you guys.
All right.
Were those any of those premieres too?
No,
Yeah.
this is a premiere. You think the premiere would be probably? I'd be surprised if this gets more than a 0.1 next week.
Oh yeah.
'Cause DJ Pauly D can only bring you a 0.2. Like, come on.
They also didn't advertise that he was in the first episode,
To
which
be
was
fair,
a crazy marketing.
like I
fail.
thought there was not the real. I thought there was going to be a fake DJ Pauly D. I didn't realize it was the real DJ.
So
like if you have DJ Pauly D as your first host on this show, you have to be pimping that out. You have you're running this commercial constantly. Well, at least if you watch the challenge, you see this commercial constantly. And I had no idea that Pauly D was in the show.
well, another note to tell you is the challenge premiered. I think this with like a 1. It was like a 1.1. So like
the
that's
most popular season of the challenge of all times.
so like that gives you better context for what is a popular show on MTV.
Oh, you said 0.1.
yeah, it's a 1.1. I think.
Oh, 1.1. Okay, that sounds
It was definitely a 1, greater than a 1. So there's that. Anyone got any other
So
updates?
quick thing about it, speaking of DJ Pauly D, is he is going to be back with a new version of A Shot of Love at some point.
Oh,
So we
that's
gotta-
why we can't put MTV in the box.
But we don't know when that's coming. But so Shot of Love, most successful Love Month show, might have to be revisited in DJ Pauly D Vinny edition.
Is it called a shot of D?
I just called it A Shot of Love.
No, I think it's a shot of love, like a double shot of love, because it's DJ Pauly D and
Vinny.
Vinny,
Oh, God.
which also does not bode well for one of these foxes.
No, it does not.
Yeah. So, James, you've been watching this challenge.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. What do you think of this season of the challenge?
It's by far my favorite season of the challenge. I really like. So visually, it looks a lot different. because it's like in the desert somewhere. I really don't even actually know where the hell it is, but it's in the desert somewhere. And this whole like war of the worlds. Wow, it's harder to say than I thought it was going to be. It's kind of interesting. I really like how they paired up a veteran with a newcomer. There's a shitload of people. I love the fact that Gus is on this show from Floribama Shore. He hasn't had a huge impact yet, but I'm optimistic, and he's not gone yet, so that's good. And I just really like the format that like there's a challenge, there's an elimination, stuff's happening, there's some drama happening. I'll be curious to see if there's ever a club night. And spoilers, there's no, at least so far, no redemption house. So all aspects that I think you would really like, Chris.
I mean, I mean, I've been watching it. Like, so, like,
okay.
I'm giving it a shot. This season's got a shot. If they ever do an episode where there's not an elimination and a challenge,
Ripcord?
I'm out. Like, I can't. It just isn't. You got to keep it moving. I'm not watching 25 episode season.
There's a lot of people. There's like what 16 teams or some shit. So like there's a lot of people on the show initially.
Yeah.
Which I think like having that veteran Youngblood kind of combo is pretty good.
Well,
because at least you have like some history or context to like play off of the drama.
Well, they're teams, right? So like one season we watched, they weren't teams, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you can have more people when there's teams versus non-teams.
Totally.
I watched the premiere of Survivor. Was last week.
How's it going?
Anything
different in this particular season?
So this season has their gimmick this season is that when you leave, when you get voted off,
you go to the redemption house.
You can choose to go to Extinction Island or leave the island or leave like normal.
You have to explain Extinction Island and is it a redemption house?
I don't know because the one person premiere they left it with the person going to Extinction Island. So I'm like, that's definitely just going to be a goddamn Redemption Island, like Redemption House, Redemption Island now. And I'm just like, I don't know if I can watch the season. Like, I just like, I was so like, I'm half watching this to like my parents watch this. So I was like talking to them about it. I'm like, this Redemption Island thing is just, you spend too much time with people that don't have any influence in the game. It's just like wastes the time. And I'm just not sure I can really do it again. I don't know.
It sounds weird to call it Extinction Island if they have a chance to get back in. It would be Endangered Island.
Right.
Well,
right, like
I think that like there's nothing there. Like because everything's extinct and like you're not with anyone. I don't know. I didn't name the thing.
Yeah.
They're definitely giving a really dark vibe to it too. Like it's all the shots are at night.
So you got to at least watch episode 2.
Yeah. I mean, I'll give it a little bit. We'll see how like an A-class production deals with a Redemption House versus like an E-class production.
Oof. Oh, if Harrison was here, he'd be fighting Chris right now.
Brutal.
Well, we're talking about the Z celebrity over here. Like, I'm just, I give it a shot with the proper, but again, it's going to be a time influence ratio thing that they've got to like balance and actually make it interesting. Like if the Redemption House just wasn't interesting, it was like, well, we spent 80 minutes on you and 2 of you get back into the house. Like it didn't work out.
I mean, we'll move on. But when TYB comes back in the house last season, that was something. That really flipped that game on its head.
Yeah, no. You're just wrong. You're wrong. That season was bad.
Hunter actually won the damn thing.
Yeah, that's why it shouldn't have never happened because they got to rest for like a month.
Oh no, I agree with that. But
so like,
yeah,
there were so many
not
things
what I would call
wrong.
A fair game, right? Like it's not like about equal fairness. Like TJ is the dirtiest challenge player of all time. We all know this.
All right. You can find us on Facebook. Do you want to talk about something?
I was gonna plug some shows. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
I was trying to gauge some interest.
Yeah.
We should probably do this before the show so it's not so awkward.
I was trying. So obviously, True Detective. I'm a latecomer to this, but very good and worth the payoff. It's slow to start, but it pays off.
I know. I think you have to clarify that you watched season 1 because the season 3 premiered. The season 3 finale.
Oh, you're
just
not
happened.
talking about season 3.
No.
Oh,
uh,
you what are you kidding me? You can't just be saying that when season 3 is coming out recently and everyone is hyping.
Yeah.
the hell out of
It's
this thing.
Noah's
the
burning
finale was
everyone.
2 days ago. Noah's like, yeah, that True Detective.
I got news for you.
That's
Season
true.
2. Oof.
That's
I
true.
assumed
Maybe skip that
season
one.
3 would pay off as well, and so I just didn't want to go into the minutia.
Well, we're getting into the minutia now.
Yeah,
Noah.
now we are. But 2 other shows. One's a YouTube series called Hot Ones. They eat hot chicken wings, and they have an interviewer.
That
And
was
the-
not where I was thinking you were going with
The interviewer is pretty good. Like it's like really good questions. They're well researched, and they have this gimmick with the hot wings as well. But yeah, they have like good guess, good questions.
that. Question: How
Yeah.
long are these YouTube series shows?
20 to 30 minutes.
Oh, okay. So it's like reasonable, like good length. Yeah.
Yeah, they are.
Huh.
And they move. Like you would think that it like drags. It moves.
Okay.
So I highly recommend it. The other one's a Comedy Central show. It's a new show called The Other Two. The premise is really funny. There is a 13-year-old who gets super famous from putting out some like poppy Rebecca Black Friday type video, but it's a boy. And he has 2 older siblings that are like in their mid-20s that are like struggling actors. And so The Other Two is about the brother and sister dealing with their super famous 13-year-old brother. Very well done.
Before I close this out here, I do want to talk about True Detective for a second,
Oh yeah.
and me being
Season 1 or season 3?
all 3 seasons.
Oh, okay.
I just want to make a comment about how I'm done with the show, and I don't like the hype. The hype pulls me in, and the reason I don't like the show, even though I think I've seen all 3 seasons, is like the mystery pulls me in, but the show's not about the mystery, but it's filmed all about the mystery, and the mystery is just never really concluded in a really satisfying way for like a mystery. Like it's all about the detectives' lives and stuff, and that's fine if it was just like more about their lives, but it's like kind of about the mystery, and I just this like ratio and how it's felt like I just don't get it.
It's not about the case. The mystery is about how did this impact the detectives and what was all the repercussions of it. And it's great.
Yeah,
I really enjoyed the season 3 finale.
I just don't care. I want to know what happened to the girl. I want to know what happened to like.
I mean,
the
you know what
things,
happened.
and like it's just that's where I'm gonna leave it. So,
I guess one last quick thing I'll mention is Masked Singer finale is tomorrow.
oh buddy,
And
Ooh.
I think we got to spoil some of this at this point, right? Like there's
we've
been
been
some
spoiled.
pretty
We've been-
big.
we've been
Have we
spoiled.
gone over it? Okay,
we can spoil.
There was
Like
a couple
we've
of
talked about
recent
last
ones. I
week.
feel like
So
that
last
were good.
week, Emmy was on the pod last week, guessed both reveals correctly.
Wow.
So that was pretty exciting.
pretty good.
So one was Joey Fatone, an NSYNC member. That's not
Crazy.
Justin Timberlake.
Actual singer was on this show.
The last 5 are all pretty good. This other one was Rumor Willis, which is the daughter of Bruce Willis and Demi Moore, a previous winner of Dancing with the Stars, and wanted to prove that she could also sing, and she was really good. So that was pretty good. And Emmy guessed them both right. So good job by her.
as I claimed, the Dancing with the Stars seems to be the pool and the level of celebrity you get for this show.
But like the finale, we got some. Although it's a 2-hour finale and there's only 3 left, so that might be a struggle. That finale is going to be.
That's a record and fast forward.
They're going to pad that guy out.
Oh, Chris, I will one up you. I just been going to the Wikipedia page for Masked Singer every week, and they
well,
show.
why even care? Like that's the worst. I get my updates here on the podcast.
Yeah. So the last 3, there's the B, who's definitely African American woman singer who was like really popular in the 50s and 60s, and so is not like current, but like definitely very famous from her time. The Peacock has some real strong Neil Patrick Harris clues, and like I think he's too famous. I don't think it can be him, so it's probably someone else. But like, there's a lot of signs. So if it is Neil Patrick Harris, that'd be pretty amazing. But the monster is definitely T-Pain. There's no doubt.
Oh, really?
It's got to be T-Pain.
Is he doing the T-Pain thing? Like,
No, he's not.
But yeah, it's just.
And so part of his thing is like he's like, I'm the monster, and everyone turned on me, so I went away. And it's like people were hating on him that he couldn't sing, it was all the auto tune, and now he's proving he can really sing. And so
He's an
That
extremely good
seems-
singer.
he's crushing it every week.
Yeah.
So
So okay,
He's
so
very
it's February, right?
Yeah.
So when do you think season 2 of this thing airs?
next January.
No way.
The Clone Show?
No, Masked Singer.
Masked
Oh,
Singer.
oh.
I guarantee you this thing, another one in the fall.
It's possible.
This thing
No.
is so popular.
Summertime. This
summer.
is a great summertime
Could be
show.
summer.
Yeah.
I think that they're gonna fast track season 2 for sure.
Oh, we'll see.
Yeah, it's been doing really well.
I still don't get it. Listen to our pod. It still
not
amazes
getting
me that like people are really into it.
So none of our original guesses were right, James, but
All
That's
right.
part of the fun of the show. That's
part of the fun of the
that's what Chris doesn't get.
No, I get that that's part of the show.
No, you don't
I
get
just don't. I just personally don't enjoy that.
And you don't get it.
Sure. All right, you can
There was
find us
also-
on Facebook.com.
I guess one last quick Masked Singer thing.
Oh my god, brutal,
Chris trying
brutal.
to end this
guy.
thing
Ooh,
so hard.
boy.
We were all hating on Jenny McCarthy with good reason. Jenny McCarthy guessed that Joey Fatone was her husband, who was in New Kids on the Block. So there's a boy band connection there, but it's like, you don't even know if it's your own husband or not, you a dummy. And she has not guessed anyone right so far.
Wait,
So,
wait. Joey Vatone's married to Jenny McCarthy?
a guy from New Kids on the Block is married to Jenny McCarthy, and that's who she guessed that person was.
Oh,
and
oh,
it turned
got
out to
it.
be Joey
Oh,
Fatone.
got it.
She guessed her husband.
Yes.
That's
That would be insane if you didn't know your husband
Yeah.
was
Right.
on the show that you're hosting or whatever.
Judging,
like,
yeah,
the
yeah.
judge, yeah.
So Jenny McCarthy, not too sharp. Vaccinate your kids, everybody.
All right, you can find us on Facebook.com/whoputthison. You can find us on Twitter @whoputthison. You can mail us questions and suggestions at whoputthison@gmail.com. You can rate us on iTunes. It really helps. And you won't see us next week again because we're going to be on hiatus for 2 weeks. We'll be back the week of March 18th. And we'll see you guys then.